Alright, I figured I'd do one more quick video since I've got a little bit of light and I've got the major components out of the basement now. I didn't have too much trouble getting most of the stuff out. I wound up having to disassemble the hopper and feed mechanism and whatnot. All of this jazz here, because it was just too heavy and too bulky altogether. The one silly thing that I didn't think about was I didn't bother to measure the door I was coming through as far as the width of this Taurus is concerned. I wound up having to pull the door off and or the rear door, and I got it up onto the landing, and then I had to flip the thing up on end like it is right now. But it came up the ramp flat like this guy did. This is the last piece to have come out. We just did that one with the tractor directly because it was going nice and easy. But I figured before this stuff gets scrapped, because unfortunately that's what everything's going to get scrapped except for that main mechanism there. I'll salvage odds and ends out of it, but I don't think any of it's going to be of any great value. But I figured at least I could get a little bit of video of it before it's gone, because it was definitely an interesting thing. I wish the whole assembly would have been here. It would have been neat to have seen it in its glory. Oh, and this guy here, so this introduced air into the burn chamber. So the blower sat back here on this end of it, and it had a little damper right there about a third of the way down its length. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it operated automatically. It feels like it's got a little bit of a weight on it here. I'm guessing that probably is it. It probably was an automatic sort of thing, but I thought that was kind of a interesting little mechanism. And then, granted, this piece is flipped end for end, but it went into the rectangular hole on the end of that, and then onto the burn chamber itself. And then there's the feed auger. And this was in fact set up in such a way that this tube sticking out the top of this shroud was set up to suck any fumes from any coal dust from the hopper into the blower, and then send it into the burn chamber. And you can see the bottom of the hopper there where the feed auger goes in, or went in. A little clean out port on the front. But anyways, I figured since there's a little bit of light, I would get a little bit better video quality on this thing so that at least somebody could see it for future reference, just in case. Right there is where the feed auger engaged with the drive mechanism. So unfortunately, this is probably going to go to the scrapyard in the springtime. I hate to do it, but I doubt I'll ever run across anybody that needs spare parts for something like this, and it's just too bulky to sit around forever waiting. So anyways, that's probably it. I'm going to try and drag some other odds and ends up out of the basement before it gets chilly this evening.